game. We're back setting up with Ryun and Zenith. Casting for you guys.
We have L9 and ICP playing for you guys today. These rosters aren't the same as the one that they have on the website.
Wait, the
Alright,
rosters aren't?
uh, for the most part, I don't think maybe they haven't been updated, or maybe there's a sub. I'm not too sure. But both teams are ready to go.
Alrighty, yeah, we should be jumping into the champ select any minute here now then.
Can't wait for that.
Are we expecting to see any special picks today, guys, or you think everything's just going to be standard?
I personally predict that it's going to be a pretty standard game. Both teams don't have any crazy off-meta picks that they like to bring out. So I'm just expecting a pretty standardized pick and ban. And we are opening up with it with already a Kha'Zix ban opening up from the blue side. So already good ban. And I think that this team will continue on.
Talia follows as their next ban, and a Gnar ban as well. So ICP doesn't want any global pressure to be exerted from the mid lane, and we also see Master Yi joining the ban phase as well.
Yeah, and then the
Keep
Caitlyn
talking.
coming out from L9.
I'll show the draft in a second.
Caitlyn's still a dominant ADC, and we see maybe Yasuo joins as well. And
All right.
Ezreal as the first pick.
That first pick, Ezreal, I am a fan of that pick. Ezreal is one of those champs that if you are comfortable on him, he can definitely carry. And it is answered by the Kai'Sa and looks to be Alistar. Ooh. Yep, Kai'Sa Alistar. Nice. That is a strong bot lane right there.
Don't know why that went
All
twice, but whatever.
Alright, so let's see what L9 picks
What
up.
the?
Are they going to prioritize their bottom lane right now, or are they going to look to grab... Okay, Nami follows
Yep.
it up too, and we see Xerath coming out as well. So already you have two forms of poke from both the AD carry positions and the... From the AD carry and the mid lane positions.
Oh, and we do see a LeBlanc coming from ICP. All right.
So we pretty much have matched lanes right now. Now, our team's going to prioritize to ban out junglers right now, or are they going to prioritize to ban out top laners?
Yeah, we're about to see.
ICP taking their time,
Oh.
and it looks like it's going to be Darius ban. And on the other side, L9 seems to want to get rid of the Xin Zhao, who has been one of the stronger junglers on this patch since jungle got changed up.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm curious to see if we are going to see a yeah, there it is, a Graves ban. And Graves is going to be taken away from this game. We have four very meta junglers have been taken away this game, so it doesn't leave very many options for either team. As we're about to see what the final ban on L9 side is going to be.
They're taking it down. They're talking
Ooh.
about, and we see Ornn being
Ornn.
banned.
And do we see the Jax getting locked in? I would like that pick. I am a massive fan of Jax. So if the Jack gets locked in here, that's I'm gonna be a little excited for that one. And it is. So there you go. It's good for my entertainment.
So you have a pretty good 1-3-1 team composition right now. You can have LeBlanc go into side lanes, Jax go into side lanes, and then you just leave the Kai'Sa mid. And you can kind of have Kai'Sa join any of the side lanes with her ultimate as well once she gets in range. But now we see the Kayn being picked up. A jungler who's benefited thanks to the whole fact that you have to now power farm in the early game rather than to just gank. So, you know, interested to see if he's going to go with maybe red form, or if he's feeling a little bit confident he goes maybe blue.
Yeah. And we're looking
CRL.
like
Oh,
really a hovered Riven picked.
The switch.
Okay.
So we see Riven into Jax. Now, what is ICP going to lock in for their jungle pick? There's still a fair amount of junglers still open. Olaf is still available if they want to pick that up. They can even do maybe Trundle standard stuff as well.
Yep. The Trundle might be a good answer here, but we actually see the Shen. So that is going to be a Jax jungle, I believe, and Shen top lane. So
I think I like this a little bit better because now you have pretty much someone who can join at any time he kind of really wants to, as long as his ultimate's up, as to where Riven just kind of wants to be a typical lane bully and see if she can get a early lead onto the Shen. So
yeah,
very I'm very interested to see this game of how both junglers path, because I do feel like whichever jungler manages to get like the I want to say the better clear is probably going to end up taking over the early game.
Yeah, Kayn has one of the strongest level 2 clears in the game. So it'll be curious to see if he takes advantage of that. And I also want to see the pressure for obviously the wanted Scuttle Crabs. Seeing what jungler prioritizes those more, what junglers prioritize maybe getting in that early lane pressure. Because this new patch kind of threw in the big monkey wrench of we don't know what jungles are going to prioritize nowadays. So,
and it doesn't get any easier from here, because this is the last week that we're going to be on this patch, and then starting next week is the big ADC items get changed. IE's now like completely revamped. Crits changed just a little bit, so now you can't get that 3 item, and then you have like 80% crit. Now you gotta be like, next patch is just gonna shake everything up for the bottom lane. That's what I feel. Unless.
Oh yeah.
And I do feel like Yasuo's gonna be like one of those champions that just benefits from everything, because they end up gonna kill everybody.
Not to mention, there's always players who will want to make Yasuo viable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You got to see Caps play him a whole bunch.
Yep. No, I feel like champions like Tristana might just see themselves falling out of the meta, and champions like Lucian might be able to see the rise once again.
I would love to see Lucian.
Oh yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen that champion.
He is one of my favorite champs to play as a top laner. I am a top laner, but whenever Lucian gets in meta, I get excited because he is a fun champion to play.
AP Lucian is always out of the meta, therefore mid lane is always fun.
Yeah, man. Don't you enjoy having half your health gone from a W?
It's the best.
Glorious. Alright,
Don't worry, I only play normals.
So looking at both team compositions, from both of your perspectives, which one do you think looks better to you?
Personally, I think that the side of ICP has better team fighting potential, just with like the Alistar like heavy engage, LeBlanc's easy engage and able to get out, Shen ultimate, Jack's counter strike. Like obviously Kai'Sa has a lot of like frontline for her able to be working around with, but on the side of L9, they have champions like Kayn and Riven that might be easily able to dive the backline of ICP. So personally, I am a bigger fan of ICP's composition, but I think both teams do have a very, very strong comps. What are your opinions?
I just realized ICP's team comp is legit all purple. I know it's random.
Hey, I didn't notice that either.
But
yeah,
purple. But I do think that with L9's team composition, it basically tells the enemy team, like, you guys can never go around and like, unless you guys hard engage onto us, we can poke you off of objectives, and then we can have Kayn like Kayn to peel. We have Nami for disengage, and if you guys ever get like low enough, Riven just comes in, cleans up. So I really do like L9's team composition, because I feel like it's a little bit harder to execute, but around certain objectives, Ezreal has Smite. No, wait. Now he has heal.
Oh,
Okay.
he switched over last second.
But yeah, I do like L9's team composition. I can see definitely where ICP's composition does like favor. Like they can obviously split. You technically have three split pushers. You can have Jax in a side lane. You can have Shen in a side lane. You have LeBlanc to just pick people off.
Hmm.
I kind of want to say that I still favor an L9 just because like Kaisa obviously received multiple nerfs over the last few patches, so now she doesn't like ramp up as quickly as she did before, where she just got Rage Blade and she kind of just like killed everybody.
Yeah.
So I feel like if ICP doesn't get a good lead early on, I feel like L9's team composition will end up giving them a little bit of problems.
Yeah, definitely. I think either way, this will be a good game. I'm very excited to see what happens from both sides. I think that both sides have very good chances to get this game scaling in their way. So, not bad.
In terms of individual lane matchups, what do you think is going to win each lane?
Mm, Riven Riven around level 3 to 4 should be ahead of the Shen, just because she can put on a lot of
Mhm.
like kill pressure, and obviously Kane should clear faster. So maybe we see Kane come up to the top lane and help out Riven. As for mid lane, Xerath has to be very scared of LeBlanc. Uh, just because if LeBlanc all ins like Xerath early, she gets a bunch of like lane pressure unnecessarily, and it makes it very hard for him to lane. As for bottom lane, I expect Ezreal and Nami to just have like a pushing advantage due to them being both ranged, but I can definitely see if Alistar doesn't get poked out like enough, they can just engage and maybe look to kill Nami. I think it'd be pretty I think it's pretty difficult for them to kill Ezreal in this lane.
Yeah, I completely agree with all of those decisions. LeBlanc, Xerath into LeBlanc is a little weird. Xerath does have that like nice disengage if he's able to land his skill shots, able to land that stun. But the problem is, if you have that LeBlanc consistently jumping on you and just getting that crazy burst damage, that might start to become an issue for him. So I'm curious to see what will happen there.
I would kind of want to see LeBlanc pick up like sweeper, maybe around like the the later parts, just like deny vision, just look for picks.
Hmm.
Like I feel like if they can pick up like if they can control vision and just look for picks, like LeBlanc goes in, you have Kai'Sa just come out of nowhere, and then you have like maybe like the Shen ultimate too. Like you can have like a bunch of people in like one area just fighting. Like it could be like a maybe like a one maybe like a 2v2, and then all of a sudden you have like four other people joining in, and you're just like, well, we just lost the team fight. So
Yeah. All right, now we do jump into the loading screen, so this gives us the opportunity to see if any people brought any weird runes, any weird masteries. And just over a quick scan, everything looks normal, nothing out of the ordinary. So,
everything's pretty standard from both sides. I expect Xerath to take minion dematerializer, just kill the cannon minion, get that push. Again, I do want to see how mid pans out, because I do feel like it will end up being the lane to watch if LeBlanc does get ahead. Um, I feel like I feel that she can take over the game. She just goes and roams down to bottom lane and looks to get Kaisa ahead. So, but again, as I've also said before, I do want to see how the jungler's path, because
yeah, I
this
think that's what I want to be paying attention to is the jungle pathing.
It always has a big impact, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The
I want to see
the
if
one
these two
factor that's
like
moving around.
Yeah, exactly. These are both champions that have very good opportunities to scale into mid-late game monsters. So,
want to see if they prioritize Scuttle Crab. How important is it to them?
yep.
I do feel
Definitely.
like the first two aren't as like as important as the later on ones. I do feel like the first two Scuttle Crabs you can kind of not really have to worry about. You can just like power farm your jungle and then look to get a good recall or else play the taunt. Loaded in. All right.
Alrighty. And now on the blue side, we are going to have Jumps on the Riven, Garmor on Kane, Wreck Myself on Zera, Salad on Ezreal, and Yo Dog What Up on Nami.
And on the red side, we will have Fire. Oh, and we have a
We got a
pause.
pause.
On the red side, we do have Fire Kid on Shen. Um, Nurek
Yeah, Nurek, I would say that's pretty good.
on the Jax. We have Heinzen Bjerg on the LeBlanc. Don Brenner on Kaisa, and we have Pierce on the Alistar. Do we know what the pause is about?
We can take a look, see if they've said anything. It does look like we're seeing lag on somebody's side. Can't quite see right now. Oh,
Okay.
oh yeah, and we got a pause and a quick unpause, or unpause and a quick pause again. While we have this moment, I want to say the opportunity to really appreciate Heisenberg's name. I think that's a pretty fantastic name.
I like Wreck Myself
Wreck Myself is a good one too.
because I feel like if you like lose lane like one day and you're just like, well, I didn't get
Oh.
wrecked. I just end up wrecking myself.
Yeah, there you go. Alrighty, the unpause is finally there, and we are jumping into game here.
Very curious. Very curious to see the Doran shield coming out from Riven right now.
Oh yeah,
Not
obviously looks like not planning on going on to those extended trades with Shen. Maybe just holding back, playing it safe. Got the Alistar ringing the bell, hyping us up for this game. This should be a good series.
Yep, standard starts from both teams. It looks like both junglers will start from the bottom side. Riven's going to face check.
Yeah, ooh. Little bit of damage going on. Good damage on going for the Shen to the Riven, and he's sticking on with it. That Riven is just taking a lot of unnecessary damage there, going for that face check.
Yeah, this is not a good start to the lane for Riven.
Yep.
So we will definitely see how Fire Kid will play now that he has the HP advantage.
When you play Shen, like, you have that opportunity to like get that easy taunt poke on. So now that he has that health advantage early on, if he gets level 2 first, continue on with that advantage. Like, get the taunt going, get that empowered auto attack from the Q, and just keep chunking out the Riven, because the Riven has already actually popped the potions. So
I do want to say that I do like how Fire Kid placed his oh, you see the
ooh.
Yeah, there's LeBlanc for you, but I do like how the Shen did position his blade. But here comes the taunt.
Yep. That's the damage I was talking about. We do see a little bit of an issue. Exhaust going on to Gamor. He flashes, and Heisenberg actually picks up the first blood on LeBlanc. That is not what that Xerath wants to be seeing.
Yeah, there was how the new patch works now is that if you don't have lane priority, you kind of have to concede the Scuttle Crab, and I feel like it was very greedy for him to stay there. I feel like you just give up the Scuttle Crab, you just go and farm your top side, and more trading in the mid lane. However,
Ooh.
the barrier being forced out.
Yep. Passive dropping on the LeBlanc too. Close trade.
But
We do see the Riven TPing up top there.
yeah, picked up refillable pot. Lane is not going the way that Jumps wants it to go. But
Yep.
here comes Jackson to the bottom lane.
Okay, we do see a good counter gank to the pressure that was going on there. Nami falling pretty low. Salad here, he looks like he will get out. Actually turns to the auto and just takes a lot of damage. He's turning back though. He wants to fight back. Pushing all them off. He's able to stay into lane. And Nyrek is going to pull off and look like continue to farm, or is he going to circle back around and continue on? But
There was a slight little bit of Alistar kind of went a little bit too early with this combo, but now we see Kayn in the top lane. Can Fire Kid get out? This
Fire
slows-
Kid, ooh, this is going to be close. The knockup coming out from Jumps. Oh, the good. That was a really, really, really good W by Fire Kid, keeping him alive. And now we see the engage coming on from Pierce to Yo Dog, what's up? Dawnbringer picks up a kill. Dawnbringer
Jax
seeing if he can
coming.
go for the double kill. But yeah, that Jax is going to go stun Salad and picks up the kill from Self. Nyrek with a really, really good pick onto Salad.
Yeah, this gold lead is getting very, very out of control early. We already have a 1.6 gold lead.
Yeah.
This is not where L9 wants to be. They want to be able to have like a very calm early game and not let this LeBlanc, this Kaisa get going too early, because they're a team that wants to poke out their opponents. They're not a team that wants to look for these brawly 5v5 compositions.
Yeah. It's interesting to see what the side or the red side is going to do with this lead they have in lane. LeBlanc going on, getting a lot of damage onto that Xerath, but with the trade of getting a lot of damage back onto herself, Fire Kid is continuing that nice top lane advantage he's got going on for himself. Still just poking out that Riven, and just the Riven's not doing anything back. Like, she's just taking the free damage. But good taunt going on here, and Nyrek is ready for there. Oh, pops out, stun isn't damage good. Good gank attempt onto Nyrek, and very, very good escape from Jumps.
Yeah, this is gonna get a little bit bad before it gets better. But one thing I do have to say is Fire Kid still has to respect Riven's level 6, because unlike, you know, Shen's ultimate where it helps the team, Riven's ultimate, you know, comes with extra AD and the execute. So if Fire Kid does end up getting himself, you know, way too low and Riven does hit 6, I can definitely see an outplay potential where Jumps does end up killing Fire and it swings the lane.
Definitely.
But as we look through the lanes right now, we see that Scuttle Crab will be spawning.
Ooh.
More trading in the bottom lane.
Yeah. A little bit of a skirmish, looking like nothing. Come on. Salad getting that good damage on, punishing the Alistar for going in onto his Nami. And now we do see the double level 6 on top lane. So let's see if the Riven can use that level 6 to her advantage. But no, still getting outpoked.
Looks like both junglers are fighting over the Scuttle Crab right now. But again, mid has Prio and so does bot. He can't be here.
Gormor actually finding himself a little caught out. Now he's just taking free damage from the dragon. Ooh, Ignite and Burst coming out from Heisenberg. That is a free kill. That is a position that Kayn didn't want to be in.
Again, it's the same thing like the first blood. If mid has Prio and your bot lane has Prio, you have to just concede the Scuttle Crab.
Mm-hmm.
Scuttles are important, but you know, so is your life. And right now your team is behind. You have to look to minimize the losses that you're taking.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to keep catching yourself out, even when you're behind. You know, like, yes, scuttles are important, but it's just going to be, like, he's going to keep on getting caught out if he keeps on trying to prioritize them.
As we look around the board, I do want to say that Wreck Myself is doing very well in the mid lane, even though that he, you know, his lane opponent did get the first blood. He's been playing very well, making sure
Mhm.
that, you know, they don't end up dying to LeBlanc's. But
Yeah.
with that, we
Oh,
see
we
Jax
do
here, and here comes
see
the
a
dive.
nice knock up. Oh, stun on to Yo Dog. What up? The Nami will fall to Dawnbringer. Dawnbringer manages to pick up a second kill for himself. We are going to see the Shen'el on to Pierce too. Fire Kid goes in, gets on jumps, a lot of damage going on. Pierce walks away with very minimal HP.
Yeah, I feel like. Oh boy.
Oh, here we go. A lot of damage onto LeBlanc. Actually misses the W. Goes in. Flash jump onto from Nyrek. Picks up Salad. We are just seeing a big extended trade on here. Jumps is going to fall to Fire Kid. And Wreck Myself here is going to be forced to pull off. Fall back to the Nami. And they're just going to have to give up this tower.
Yeah, what ended up being a oh, here goes Xerath ultimate. Yeah, what ended up being a, you know, a play where Riven may have been able to help turn it around. It wasn't enough because Nami just got CC'd under tower. Ezreal still is scaling, so there's not really any damage in the bottom lane right now. And you know, it's like we said earlier, this is a team composition that wants to scale and poke, and right now they haven't managed to get their items as of yet. They've just gotta once again minimize their losses and hope that they can let Ezreal get his tier done and maybe his Try or Iceborne. I think I'd much rather see the Iceborne this game, but just only because they're behind right now. Only because they're
Yeah.
behind.
The side of ICP actually picking up a nice early Ocean Drake for them. That is always going to be very nice to have. And I also do want to point out, though, that it is about 10 minutes in the game, and ICP is 4k gold ahead. That is a nice substantial lead that they're going to want to take to carry through them to the mid game.
Now the real question is, how hard can they push with this lead now? Because you know, when you have a gold lead, you know, you're the one that dictates the map. How much emphasis are we gonna see them put on the Rift Heralds, which did get buffed this patch as well?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see. Can they take this lead and make an advantage of it, or will they struggle to close out? Stay tuned to find out.
Shen Ultimate is almost up once again, so we will see whether or not they want to make a play right now. There's currently no vision around the Rift Herald for both teams, and it appears that Jax has taken the top side of the map, and Riven really should not be here. He should. Here comes the dive.
Yep, that is a good collapse onto Jumps. Jumps is going to try his best to escape, but the ult coming out from Dawnbringer is going to just pick him up. Dawnbringer has the Rage Blade now, 3 kills. You know, we were talking about how, you know, the Kai'Sa is not as strong as before, but, you know,
when you get an early game lead like this, you know,
kills, and it's just still going to be...
When you compare what Kai'Sa has right now to just the tier that Ezreal has, it's very huge.
Yep. And there we go. The Kayn manages to fall once again to Fire Kid. Garmor is not having a fun game right now.
Yeah, I feel like they should have sent the dual lane to go and match Kai'Sa and Alistar up, rather than to leave Ezreal and the Nami bot lane to see if they could grab the tower. Also, Xerath had backed at the time, so he wasn't around mid to, you know, push it in and pressure, so I really feel like that was a missed opportunity for them, and they're starting up Rift Herald now.
Yep.
And I do expect to see this being used mid. Ooh, close.
Uh-oh. Flash coming out from Wreck Myself. Good flash to get him out of that the sticky situation he almost found himself in.
As we take a little bit of a breather, we see Rift Herald being used mid. They do not want to slow this game down. They're pushing And look at that. Half the turret's health is already gone.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the dive.
Good engage by the Alistar. And Shenhold actually saving his life from the tower. Also, Garmar falls again. Wreck Myself actually does manage to pick off Pierce with that Q. Ooh.
They gotta hit the eye.
Yep. There we go.
And
Rift Herald falls.
that was at least maybe 1/3 of the tower's health gone still. And now Fire Kid has no globals. He just used his ultimate. He just used his teleport in order to answer Riven up in the top lane. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, they do have some time before he gets his ultimate again. They should, I would say they should try and look for a pick right now. Anything right now. But it's gonna be pretty hard. Who do you pick off? Do you try and pick off LeBlanc, who is very slippery? Do you try and pick off the Shen that only has like the Ninja tab by and the Tiamat? Can you pick off the 4-0 Kaisa, who always has Alistar with her? Like, these are questions that they have to ask themselves right now. Can they find picks right now? Because
Ooh. Pierce quite possibly overstepping there. Falls to the barrel, but no. Heisenberg is there just for the perfect answer. What, TP canceled from the Riven.
yeah.
Yup.
And by the time that TP does come back, Fire Kid will have his ultimate again.
This, whoa. Wrecked Myself, holding on to the barrier, tries to hold on to his life, falls to Heisenberg once again, and Shen here just getting this nice damage onto the Riven. Will the Riven actually fall? Does, tries to flash away, but...
He has the Titanic Hydra. He is a very, very strong Shen right now.
Mm-hmm. This 0-5 Kane is giving me flashbacks to my game yesterday. Ooh. Not flashbacks I want to be having.
A 7k gold lead right now, looking to be 8.
Yeah, and they managed to pick up that tier 2 mid lane tower. The pressure is just going more and more in the favor of ICP.
They're not slowing down. The next drag is an Infernal Drake, and doesn't really look like they're in the position to even contest L9, so... Well, positives right now that we can definitely say is that Ezreal has, you know, finished. He's on his way to finishing his tier.
Yep.
He has the Sheen.
Ooh, a lot of damage going on from the Jax Kai'Sa combo. Heisenberg manages to pick himself up a 4th kill. And the Jax with his 3rd. This is just absolute, what looks to be just domination coming on from the side of ICP. Kane's still getting the stun. Lots of damage coming off on him. He doesn't want that damage going. They are pressuring this inhib tower.
Yeah, and you know this is what they have to do. This is almost a 10k gold lead.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's around a 10k gold lead.
Yeah, it's a 10k gold lead
it's
now.
A 10k gold lead.
They made it. They made it. We got a 16-minute 10k gold lead. That is very, very well played from the side of ICP. They keep on pressuring as many towers as they can, as many objectives as they can, and they are just continuously shoving towards this nexus.
All right then. Well, I want to say for positives right now, but again, L9 has to look for picks. It sounds like a very impossible task right now, but you have Nami Bubble, you have Xerath Stun, you have Kane Knockup.
Yep, they definitely have the composition to take someone out.
You've got to try for something. It may sound a little bit crazy at this point in time, but when you're down almost 10k, when you're down about 10k, you got to try for something, right?
Yep. Do whatever you can, hey. You know what? If TSM can throw a lead this big, so can ICP.
just saying that because, you know, we lost at MSI again.
Well, classic NA. Garmore again finding himself pushed up a little bit too much. Flashes out, but Kaiser ult drops. He is gonna fall anyways. And Nirek wants to go in, flashes the Nami bubble, finds himself into the stun from jumps. Pierce is just in there tanking everything, manages to pick up a kill from the Ignite onto Salads. And here we go. This is not what L9 wants to be seeing. This is not what they need to be doing. Their map positioning is just falling apart.
And that's going to be the first inhibitor of the game drop in. And they can just rotate down to bottom lane after this.
Yep. They're looking for that tower with the mid inhib down and minions pushing in very quickly. This inhib tower is going to drop, and it looks like the inhib quite possibly with it. The Shen just face tanking everything with that well-placed W. They're going to have to pull off, though, as the full team of L9 is up and shoving them off with that poke that we talked about. Fire Kid actually falls to get wrecked myself, but they are turning this right back around. Heisenberg with a fantastic pick, and they're going in with the double kill. Yup. Yep.
They chased very far, but once again, like, they're getting gold for this.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, too, so is LeBlanc.
Another kill. And Garmore is in there trying to make something happen, but he's just gonna die. Like, whoa, can the Nami save his life? The Nami does. Heal and ult to engage the team off. They're still probably gonna get an inhib off of this. Oh, the Riven immediately chunked out. Nami is trying her best with these well-placed bubbles. But no, that inhib drops. Fire Kid taking a lot of damage, but...
Yeah, you just leave Fire Kid right now. If he can get out, he can get out, but...
Yep.
You've got 2 inhibitors. You can look to set up maybe for Baron, or you can just push up the top lane.
He is living way longer than he should. He might actually get out of here. Oh, Xerath with the Q. I jinxed him, I'm sorry, but that Fire Kid lived in that way longer than he should have. There was 4 members on the blue side trying to take him out, and taking that long to kill him is not something I want to see.
20 minutes, 20-4 right now, 10k gold lead.
Yep.
This is something that I don't expect to see from L9 next game. Definitely a gold lead this big.
Oh yeah. From what I can see this game, I want to see them playing around Wreck Myself more, because despite how far his team is behind, he's still coming up in kills. He has all the kills on his team, and he is playing very, very smart for the circumstances. So in game 2, if they manage to play around him, they might turn it their way.
Definitely.
There we go, and we just see that classic Alistar just tanking. Wreck Myself actually falling, and they are gonna start up the Baron.
Yeah, and Wreck Myself is definitely the one person I would have said could maybe just sway them at the Baron due to the fact that Baron...
My.
But,
Yeah. They actually managed to pick up the Baron, and Garmore just falls again. Salo doing anything he can to kite his way away from the Shen. Jumps also just taking a lot of damage. Heisenberg picks up another kill. He is 10-0 right now, an absolute monster.
right now the base is getting pelted by super minions, and this looks like it's the end of the game right now.
This should be the Nexus falling. Yep. It's looking like game 1.
Very unfortunate game for L9, but you know, you can always go up from here. I definitely will say that game 2 won't be as stompy. I feel like L9 will bounce back.
I hope so.
One major complaint that I would have for at least this game was definitely Kane going into the river when he shouldn't have been in the river. Um, it should have been communicated that there's no lane priority. LeBlanc can roam first. Uh, I want to say that Garmore will end up playing a lot better for the next game.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. Um, you know what? Like sometimes you just don't have a good turnout in your game, but that doesn't mean you're out of the series. They can definitely reverse sweep them here, and I wouldn't count L9 out of this series.
Right, yeah, they still have another opportunity. Is if they can even up the games for game 2, they can look towards game 3 and possibly make it a 2-1.
Yep, it's definitely possible.
But you can't have LeBlanc go around the map with
No.
10 kills and one shot in your AD carry and your support.
Yeah, that is definitely something you don't want to be seeing. That was absolute just dominance coming out from Heisenberg. Alrighty. I think on that note, should we jump into a quick break while the lobby sets up and get ready for game 2?
Yep.
Alrighty.